Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this week's Monday Mixer. I'm Jason.
I'm Julie.
And this is our lovely little pet, Maddie.
Hey, hi, Maddie.
Today's topic is about healthcare while on the road, or how do we get our medical care. So we know for us, and we're still relatively young and don't require a lot of medical care, but we still have to get our checkups and all those types of things. And we know for us that we're going to be spending most winters in Florida. We know we're going to spend most winters in Florida, in the Central Florida area. And so, you know, we've domiciled in the state of Florida. We've got doctors in Central Florida. That seems to be working well for us. So let's talk a little bit about what we did last year, because we set all this up last year. And so far it's been working great. So Julie, you want to talk about what you did to kind of set some of that up for us?
Yeah, and Central Florida is kind of hard to get doctors because they are overloaded in that area. But we went ahead in January and got appointments as soon as we could, you know, to get ourselves established with a doctor and like kind of a healthcare practice. And we were able to go to the doctor, explain that we're full-time RVers so that she did understand we can't always come in. So, and most practices don't really like that. They want you to come in, but they do allow you to do telehealth if you're sick or if it's something, you know, we have no other choice.
Well, our insurance even. So let's back up just a little bit. So the job you have doesn't have insurance,
right,
as an option. You're a contractor, basically.
Right.
My job is where we get our insurance from, and that works out well because it's a national insurance company. So we're able to pretty much see a doctor anywhere or a clinic anywhere, right? If we
and we just let them know who our primary is once we establish that primary doctor.
Yeah, so you established that doctor. It worked out good for us because we actually both got into the same doctor, and that way we're able to both go at the same time. Usually we'll set up appointments at the same time because we might be in Orlando and maybe our doctor is an hour and a half away or an hour away or whatever. So we kind of try to go at the same time so we don't have to drive all over the place. Now, I will say there was one disaster in the whole thing, and I don't know if we want to talk more about healthcare, but there's a couple things about healthcare. One is your primary doctor, right? For us, we're pretty much good to go. We just get physicals and whatever medications that we might need that pretty much haven't changed for years. So that part is pretty easy.
Right.
Now, I think our challenge this year was with optical. So we both wear glasses. I wear contacts, Julie wears glasses and sometimes contacts. But we had an absolute disaster with our optical coverage this year. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, all of the advice I could give you is when you're setting up something new, like we found an eye doctor, I called them, I asked if they were in network. They said, yes, we're in network. Come to find out they were, what did they call it? Preferred out of network. That's what they were.
Yeah.
Preferred out of network. So somehow someone in the office got confused or told us the wrong thing. And when we went to get our exams, then we went to order contacts, glasses, and we were told there was no more money left to do so. Usually you get your free exam and then you get, you know, like $200 towards glasses, contacts, whatever. We were told that all the money was used on our exams because we were not in network. So I would absolutely say you have to make sure with your insurance company, don't trust the doctors to make sure you're in network. Verify it on your insurance website because that was not fun.
We didn't do that, and that was our mistake.
Yep.
But we had always, I mean, with optical, we've never had a problem, and we've seen multiple different
We've never
eye
had
doctors
someone
over the
tell
years.
us wrong.
Right.
like that. But
Never.
it obviously can happen.
But back up a little bit, because it wasn't just that part of it. It was actually the eye exam was wrong for both of us.
Yes.
You got wrong glasses and I got wrong contacts.
So you're already having to go back to the area to pick them up, which is no big deal if they're right.
Well, but we were there for maybe 6 trips to the place.
Yeah.
Maybe more even.
Yeah, it was.
And ended up
horrible.
actually mailing us some samples and whatnot, because we had already left the state by the time you got yours.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, I just got them. And we started this process in January, and we are now in
6
June.
months in, yeah.
So I think that read the reviews. I don't know. I mean, the reviews were good.
Yeah.
It was just, I guess, bad luck.
It was literally everything that could go wrong went wrong for us.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we started the process early in January, and we were in Florida until, what, 1st of April, I guess?
Yeah, so we were even though we weren't in the immediate area, we were able to drive back over and pick up what we needed. We had to take days off to go and do the exam again and all that.
Yeah.
So that was so much fun.
But we've got our primary care physician set up. We've got our optical, which I don't think we're going to use that place again next year. We'll find another place.
Right.
We have
Our
a
dentist.
dermatologist and dentist set up. So all that can be done within a 2 or 3 month period, because we're always, like I said, going to be in Florida for a few months.
Which I would say, make sure that they're able to see you, because if you start the process and they can't see you for a month and a half, that causes an issue. And there was a couple of the doctors, the specialists they sent us to, that were like, okay, I need to see you in a month. And I'm like, well, I couldn't get in quick enough, so I won't be here in a month. We're gone. So
some of them worked you in, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that they were good about that, but a couple of them were like, what do you mean you're not going to be here? So even though the primary knew, you had to kind of explain it to all the doctors, because, they all want you to come back. So that's something that, you just have to work with. And if a doctor isn't willing to work with you and they don't understand that, then find another doctor.
Yeah, I would say
they're used to people coming for the winter anyway in that area.
Florida is, if you're setting yourself up in Florida, I think there's more doctors there that probably understand it.
They're used to snowbirds anyway.
Yeah, we explained it to our doctor. She was good with it. I'm not sure her assistant was as good with it.
No, she didn't like that.
But anyway, if you need blood work, there is ways to get blood work. There's a lot of labs all throughout the country that you could stop at.
Yeah, and your insurance will pay for a lab, even though you're not. As long as your primary doctor asks for the labs and you make sure they send the information over, the results over to your doctor, then that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's going to be coming up here soon, where we're going to have to go get labs because we won't be back. But other than that, and that's fine. There's, like you said, there's labs everywhere. So we'll make it work.
The other thing I think for us is, and some people I know have done this differently, is pharmacy, right? We use CVS because CVS is pretty much everywhere on the East Coast, and that's pretty much where we've been. We've been considering switching that over to Walmart, because Walmart has got more locations than CVS. You can also, a lot of prescription plans, you can do mail order. As well. That's something that we don't currently do, but probably need to, because I think we could get our prescriptions cheaper if we did it that way, actually.
Yeah.
So we need to look into that this year.
But it is nice when you're running low and you can just call the local CVS. It takes a minute for them to understand what the heck's going on, because they show you in a totally different state. And I just say, we're traveling right now. This is where we're at. This is where we need to pick it up. And they're like, okay, we'll just fill it here. So that's worked so far for us.
Yeah, and we know other couples that utilize VA, right? And they They go to the Orlando area because they like the VA in Orlando, so they set all their appointments up in the Orlando VA. We know another couple that actually they go back to their home state, where they have an address. They're not even have an address in Florida, but they have an address in another state. So wherever you're getting your mail at, I guess, is typically where they want you to set your doctors up. But there's different ways of doing it. You just have to kind of be creative, explain it to the doctors, and I can say so far we've had no problem with it.
Yeah, no major issues other than the eye doctor. But
hold on, because I forgot. When we're talking about this type of insurance and everything, there's a lot of different options out there. You can even get your prescriptions through Amazon.
Oh yeah.
I did look at that. I just haven't. I didn't move forward with it, but I did look at it.
I think it's a pain to transfer everything over, but once you do it, it's easier from there.
Yeah, there's probably some challenges to it.
To getting everything transferred over.
But I think what I'm gonna do is get the mail and prescriptions, through the mail, because they're cheaper that way. You get like a bunch at one time or whatever.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Yep. Anyway, that's how we get our health care. That's how we get our optical care, dental care, dermatology care.
I know there's some drugs though, some prescriptions that they will not mail. I can't remember. I think
still go to Walmart.
Not for us, we're fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there might be a prescription that they're not willing to mail, and that's something you're gonna have to find out.
I don't think there's any cut and dry answer to the medical piece. I think domicile. There's multiple ways of doing that in multiple companies and ways to get mail. I think that's probably the case with healthcare as well. I think there's multiple ways to do it, so you have to figure out what works best for you. This is just how we do it and what is working well for us. If anything changes, we'll do another video on that. But for now, I think that's our healthcare and how we do it. Thanks for the question that did come in from one of our subscribers. So I hope this answers your questions. If you have any other questions about how we're doing healthcare, leave a comment. We answer all of our comments as quickly as possible, and so I'd say that's all I have on the topic.
That's it.
This week's video, coming out Thursday, is a very unique video because we go back in time. The video is about Galena, Illinois. I'm not going to tell you anymore and ruin it, but
it's really cool.
Actually go back in time. Make sure you check it out.
And right now we are on the road. We're headed to Wisconsin. We just left Illinois, and we're going to have some fun visiting some family and checking out the sites in the area for the next few weeks.
Yep, in about 120-ish miles we'll be in the Wisconsin Dells, just so you know. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, we hope that you find your next
destination.
Thanks so much for watching, and have a great week.
And living in the RV is sublime. Destination full time.